Attention, please. The show starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Medication time.
Hey, it's the tattooed madman Psycho Mike, welcoming you to this edition of my twisted world of Masters of Mayhem right here. And you never know what you're going to find here when I'm on the air. So on that note, I want you to sit back, rip the top off a cold one, roll up a fatty, and enjoy this edition of Psycho Mike's twisted world of Masters of Mayhem. Yeah.
But I just gotta know one thing. Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready?
Thrust off from floor! And you're watching Psycho Mike kicking ass!
Big Gang the Mighty from 4, and you're watching Psycho Mike kicking ass on
Well, I'm sitting here jamming with the Kiss from your Bandits! And you're watching Psycho Mike kicking ass on Masters of Mayhem! Masters of Mayhem are in the house! The Masters of Mayhem! That's right! Any way you look at it, we're down with you, because you're down with the clowns!
No, and forever.
This is Violent J, the Insane Clown
That's too dope, and when we're in Cleveland, that's all we watch, brother. We check out the Masters of Mayhem.
That's right! Professional wrestling at its best! Masters of Mayhem, brother! You better recognize Masters of Mayhem and Violent J! Stranglemania style, brother!
Oh, yeah.
Telling you, it is your main maniac, the Ghoul, and we're all gonna watch Psycho Mike beat the cheese whiz out of each and every opponent on the Masters of Mayhem Wrestling. Hey!
How you doing?
Sherry, the one and only Sister Sherry Martel. Cleveland, Ohio, the Masters of Mayhem Wrestling, the only professional wrestling that has been here in the last 5 years, where you ought to go now. Bye!
We're going to go watch Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
Masters of Mayhem
Where you ought to be.
Where you ought to be. When you want Psycho Mike, you're watching Masters of Mayhem.
Everybody stay tuned. You never know who you're going to see on Masters of Mayhem or what you're going to hear on MMS.
Then alongside Sensational Summer. Cleveland. What's happening? It's the tattooed madman Psycho Mike along with Team Law's Cat. Stay tuned, Cleveland. Thank you.
This thing's...
What's happening, Cleveland? It's the tattooed madman Psycho Mike. Here along with Team Law's Bobcat.
We'll see that fight. Don't forget, you'll be seeing me down here in Cleveland in Madness Mayhem.
Cleveland! It's Tater. I'm
Big hair wrestling. You can't beat it with a stick. You can't whip it with a switch. Don't even try. Give it right break it. Yeah!
Macho Man Randy Savage, and you are watching the Masters of Mayhem in Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, yeah, dig it.
Hearing all the time. What? Hallelujah! Got a brand new dance! It's called a bird! Woo! The Masters! One break!
This is Orange Sheik. You are watching Master Maho Wrestling. Don't talk.
This is the Orange Sheik, Olympic champion, WWF champion, world champion, and you are watching Master of the Wrestling Maha. No, especially in the Cleveland, Ohio, people know Orange Sheik was a champion, and still I'm a champion, Olympic. My pleasure to come to the Cleveland, Ohio, to show all my wrestling fans. Orange Sheik was a champion, and still I'm champion. Look at me, Ya Allah. Now you know what I'm talking about. I'm the real champion. Cleveland, Ohio. My intelligent wrestling fans know about the Iron Sheik.
This is Axe Demolition, and you're watching the Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
Go Mike, and you're watching Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
This is Typhoon, the natural disaster, and you're watching Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
Hey, this is the tattooed madman Psycho Mike with some wrestling fans.
Hi, my name's Branya. We find girls like us watching
Masters of Mayhem Wrestling.
Whoa! G'day, mate! I'm Footstep Cutterwood, we're the Bushwhackers! Yeah! And when we're in Cleveland, we watch Masters of Mayhem! We never, ever take our eyes off the Masters of Mayhem! Love you, baby! Yay!
Just what do people think of Masters of Mayhem Wrestling after just one viewing?
I like it.
And so will you. Check out Masters of Mayhem Wrestling, Music, and Chaos.
Stinky fucker. Check out Psycho Mike's Twisted World of Masters of Mayhem Underground TV.
Oh!
Son of a bitch. Are we on?
Of course we are.
It's time!
I want you to sit back, rip the top off a cold one, roll up a fatty, and enjoy this edition of Psycho Mike's Twisted World of Masters of Mayhem
Underground TV.
Whee! All highlights. So, sit back, rip the top off the floor, and enjoy this week's edition of Masters of Mayhem Wrestling. Oh, and by the way, Happy New Year!
Up into the ring in just a moment or two for more exciting fucking action.
Hi, wrestling fans. I'm Wild Bill Anderson. We're here with the National Wrestling Conference, the #1 wrestling promotion in the whole sport. And I'd like to bring to you the most insane, outrageous wrestler there is in the sport today. Cactus Jack, come on in.
Insane, outrageous, Bill. Don't you think that's being a little bit harsh? Sure, I've hurt some people. Sure, I've ruined some families, left some good wrestlers, babbling, handing out change in penny arcades. But that's only telling half the story, Bill. You see, Cactus Jack happens to be a sensitive man. A man with a dream, and now that I'm in the National Wrestling Conference, I feel secure enough in my sensitivity to share my dream with everyone out there. You see, I have this image in my head that one day, every surgeon in Nevada will know my name. That one day Cactus Jack will be awarded frequent flyer miles for every operation on my twisted, sickening body. A day when the doors open up, the stretcher comes in and they say, "How are you doing, Cactus? What is it today?" And I say, "It's my pancreas, Dr. Green." Bang, bang! But let's get back to the other Cactus Jack. The Cactus Jack with no heart, no feeling, and no concern for what he does to other human bodies. The kind of Cactus Jack who'll take Mr. Hughes, put him out of the sport. Take Brother Virgil, put him out of the sport. And take that sick madman Sabu, destroy him, and recapture my place in professional wrestling as Dr. Jack Kevorkian's favorite wrestler. Bang, bang, I have a dream.
Okay, let's go hear what Cactus Jack has to say. I spent a lot of nights like this. A lot of trips to the emergency room. Nights I can barely even remember. God, I love those times. And so it is with just a little bit of skepticism that I sit here with scars over every part of my anatomy, with a brain that only works part of the time. But during those parts when that brain functions, I remain very skeptical. Skeptical of people who haven't paid their dues. Skeptical of people that everyone assumes is going to be the next big thing. Because I got very skeptical of the next big thing. Do you remember boxing's Dwayne Bobbitt? I didn't think so. And why is it for every artistic genius like Billy Joe Shaver that remains in obscurity, somebody like Billy Ray Cyrus gets all the headlines, all the attention? See, I don't mean to sound bitter, because I've had my shares of successes and I haven't really toiled in obscurity because I've been pretty well recognized. But everybody likes to throw a label on somebody. This guy's the next big thing. In wrestling, we're good guys and we're bad guys. Well, not Cactus Jack. You see, I'm not a good guy or a bad guy. No, I prefer to think of myself as something like a policeman. No, even better, something like a garbage man in professional wrestling. Because there's garbage all around us. And somebody's got to clean it up. You see, I have a moral obligation not just to myself, but to wrestling's future and our children's future, to make sure that the one thing in this world that's still pure professional wrestling remains that way, and it's a difficult job. But I'm willing to go all the way to Arkansas, which isn't one of my favorite parts of the country, and do just that. Because we've got the next big thing there. The Colorado Kid. And when I heard, hey, the Colorado Kid's the next big thing, I thought, bang, bang! Someone's going to shoot him down. But I heard that he took on Bull Payne and did very well, and I thought, well, maybe this deserves a second look. And so, Colorado Kid, I'm coming not as your enemy, not as your friend. No, I'm coming to Arkansas as a garbage man. Because as anyone will testify, you leave a piece of garbage in the garbage can for one day and it gets thrown out, we don't really have a problem. You leave it for a week and it gets awful rancid down there. By golly, you leave it for 2 weeks, we got maggots crawling all around and we've got a big problem. So Colorado Kid, you tell me, do we have a problem or do we not? Does the garbage man have to come in and wipe the maggots off you and ship you away? See, there's two kinds of wrestlers in the world that face Cactus Jack. Those who pass the test and those who fail. Now, those who pass the test of guts, of stamina, of strength and courage, well, they go on to be the biggest stars the sport's ever known. Men like Sting, he passed the test. Hey, Dustin Burrows passed the test too. It's not impossible. But for every Sting and for every Dustin Rhodes, there's a dozen would-be, could-be wrestlers, the next big things, who are sitting there babbling, handing out change in arcades because they didn't have what it took. So you tell me, and more importantly, Colorado Kid, when I come to Arkansas, you tell yourself, do you have what it takes? If you do, I'll be more than glad to stick out my hand and say, welcome to the world of professional wrestling and congratulations. You paid all your dues at one time. But if you don't, so help me, I'll scoop you away and throw you out and keep the sport pure for the rest of America. Bang, bang!
Well,
What you are witnessing behind me right now is the act of a crazy man. This is the #1 most dangerous wrestler in the world today. This is Cactus Jack. We are in Jonesboro, Arkansas, where I opened my wallet, laid out the big bucks. Cactus Jack came rolling in and put the Colorado kid through the test that he has never had in his life before. Cactus Jack beat you, he pummeled you, he tied you in knots, Colorado kid. Yet through some strange twist of fate, through some sheer luck, you were able to eke out a victory over this man and save that North American title. This is not a happy man, Colorado kid. This is a man that has put a price on your head. I'm talking to the Ozark Mountain promoters right now. This man gave you the biggest house ever seen in the city of Jonesboro. You want him back here? You want him to step into that ring with the Colorado kid one more time? Open that wallet up. Call up Bill and Hillary. 1-800-GIMME-GIMME. Take their money. Lend it over here. He'll be back, Colorado kid, and I certainly wouldn't want to be in your shoes. Cactus, got something to say to this little wimp?
I feel just a little bit like a school teacher here, Freddie. And as far as I'm concerned, the Colorado kid has deserved a failing grade. You see, I said I was coming here to put you through a test, but I changed my mind. Somewhere during the course of the night, I changed my mind. And I'll tell you exactly why. Because you got cocky, kid. You got cocky, and somewhere during the course of that match, while I was giving you the beating of your life, you thought you deserved to be in the same ring as Cactus Jack. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you couldn't carry my jock. And even if you could, I'm not so sure you'd enjoy it. Because where do you get off? Where do you get off? Hitting me with a chair. One thing my father taught me a long time ago: never beat a man with his own belt, and never take a child's toys away from him, because a steel chair is my toy. And Jonesboro and all of Arkansas is about to become Cactus Jack's naughty, naughty playground. And you want to play rough? You want to think that you can eke out a victory and it means something to me? Look at this face, kid. Look at this face. I did not become the ugliest man in wrestling the easy way. I did not scoot out of the womb 29 years ago saying bang, bang. You see, I became ugly the old-fashioned way. I earned it. All of the legends in this great sport over the past 10 years of my life have made their mark. The missing teeth, the missing ear, the scars from head to toe. And guess what, kid? You're not here. Which means not only are you not on my facial map, well, you're not even on the map in wrestling. So like Flamboyant Freddie said, no, Freddie, I'm going to correct you. They don't have to open up the wallet on my behalf because I don't give a damn. Just open up the door. Open up the ring, and Colorado kid somewhere in that skinny body of yours. You look good and hard. And please, search and search until you find the guts. Until then, I'm going to work on my penmanship.
We'll be back anytime you got the guts to step back in the ring with this man.
Bang!
of the week. Cactus Jack is the new Ozark Mountain Wrestling North American Heavyweight Champion. He accomplished that feat tonight, the 20th of March, 1995. Write it down, wrestling history was made. Now let's do a quick study of how it came to be. 4 short months ago, I waltzed into this state with a mission. The mission was to wreak havoc on the state of Arkansas for what you've done to the rest of America, that is, throwing up Bill and Hillary on the rest of us. And it didn't take me very long once I got here to figure out how to go about doing it. Just pick out what Arkansans love the best, what they like to coddle. So I looked around and I found your role model. I found your hero. I found your North American heavyweight champion, and I wanted that thing taken away from him so bad it hurt me deep down in my heart. So what did I do? I took a little trip to Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. I went banging on the door of Cactus Jack. The one man that I knew lacked brain matter, was nothing more than a sack of bones, with no compassion in his heart for anybody or anything. And I knew right away, this is the man to get the job done. I piled the money high. He came into Arkansas, and tonight, Colorado Kid, he did it. He pinned your shoulders to the mat. 1, 2, 3, everybody saw it. Now, my mission is accomplished. I have the North American heavyweight title sitting in the lap of Cactus Jack. And I'm going to look right into this camera and tell you people that that belt means absolutely nothing to me. And Cactus, I know you don't know this, but I came prepared tonight. I came prepared to show these people what that belt means to me, what it means to you. Hold on. Cactus, it's Monday night. Trash pickup in Jonesboro is on Tuesday morning. I want you to place that piece of tin and leather squarely in the middle of that garbage can where it belongs.
Well, Freddie, you paid for it. It's all yours. I guess there is no more North American champion. We had a goal. It's now accomplished, and I hope you're happy.
I couldn't be any happier. Take a look at this. This is a mass of cranium dementia to its utmost. And Colorado Kid, believe me when I tell you that if it ever crosses your mind that you want to step back into a wrestling ring, something that I doubt you are physically capable of doing after this man destroyed you, if it ever crosses your mind, I'll be knocking on his cave door again. I'll drag him back here, and we'll go back to square one. We'll start all over again, and the next belt will end up in the same place. We're going to leave you on a friendly note. Cactus, give him a bang bang. Bang bang!
Remember me? A short while ago, I came into your living room and said I was coming to Ozark Mountain Wrestling as a garbage man to get rid of the maggot-ridden carcass of the Colorado Kid, to get rid of somebody I said who was creating a massive stench upon the whole wrestling scene, a man who was supposed to be the next big thing in wrestling. Well, Freddie Fargo paid me to come in and take him out of wrestling, and I said I'd be glad to, because all I would be doing is cleansing the sport. Except for one thing. The Colorado Kid turned out not to be a piece of garbage, but I got rid of him anyway. Somewhere along the line, I lost track of what Cactus Jack is supposed to be all about. And it's not taking payoffs, but the money kept piling up and piling up, and Freddie Fargo kept impressing upon me how important it was to get that belt. Well, belts are important in our sport. They're a symbol of excellence.
They're what it's all about. They're what we all reach for and strive for, to be the best. Well, I won the belt. They told me I was indeed the best, and what happened to that belt? It was thrown into the garbage, or now I hear that maybe Fabulous Freddie had it pawned. Well, Freddie, I hope you're happy. You see, I didn't get rid of the garbage. What I did is I extinguished what may have been one of the brightest lights in this sport. Professional wrestling has become overcome by two big wrestling conglomerates. There's no room for the little guy anymore. No room for young wrestlers to get their start. Well, Ozark Mountain Wrestling was a place where wrestlers could get their start. A place where people could come from small towns and see wrestling up close and personal the way it was supposed to be. Now you look at Cactus Jack, world famous, maybe so, but also the man who's responsible for the end of an era around Jonesboro, around all of Arkansas. You look into these eyes and you don't see pride, because I put the Colorado kid out of wrestling, and with it, probably the hopes of Ozark Mountain Wrestling to exist. Well, Fabulous Freddie's back in New York, and he's pretty happy. Well, I find it hard to be that way, because the Colorado kid is no more. And Fabulous Freddie, neither is my belt! Bang, bang! Well, this is your North American heavyweight champion, coming to Jonesboro, Arkansas, April 10th, just a few short days away. And I understand I've got a challenger. I understand there's a young man coming back who wants a shot at me. Well, I stood here last week and I paid homage to the Colorado kid, and I talked about what a promising career he'd had. Well, Colorado kid, when I said you were out of wrestling, that was a warning that meant stay out of wrestling! Stay out of my life! Or else you'll stop becoming the Colorado kid, and you'll start becoming the Colorado bitter, broken down old man for a long time. You see, I am completely embarrassed, and I'm shocked by my behavior last week. Why? Because I was weak. Colorado kid, this is a business to me. We get into the business of professional wrestling to win belts, because the belts bring us money. And I stood here and I criticized Flamboyant middleman. You see, he didn't make it a necessity for me to win the belt to make money. He was making me money to win the belt. It was a business move, Colorado kid, and I'm going to take you out or keep you out of wrestling as a business move. You see, kid, I've got kids, and I've got to ask myself realistically, what's Daddy going to do when wrestling is no more an option? What's Daddy going to do when I get that one last concussion that makes me go for the rest of my lifetime? The answer, Colorado kid, is I'm not equipped and I'm not prepared to do a hell of a lot. This is what I do. It's all I do. And when Cactus Jack gives you a beating that he says ends your career, well, it ends your career. So you want to step up and play Superman to a bunch of rednecks? Well, fly, 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 Superman. Bang, bang! I'll shoot you down. And when you're laying on that ground and Cactus Jack is soaring high above you with a 287-pound elbow aimed right at your liver, make no mistake about it, Colorado kid, Jack's back. And he's not here to play. Flamboyant Freddie, accept my apologies. Fans of Ozark Mountain Wrestling, accept the fact that Jack's back. Bang, bang!
In what was one of the MAC classics ever held in Jonesboro, the Colorado Kid trying to regain the North American heavyweight title is phenomenal. back and forth wrestling action. Did you see that? Drop kick, a patented Colorado Kid drop kick off the top rope. He hurt his knee there, folks. The knee had already injured. Cactus Jack is fighting for life at this point. Colorado Kid knows he's got him on the ropes. But ladies and gentlemen, there's lots more to come. Colorado Kid going for a second drop kick off the top rope and delivers it. But ladies and gentlemen, what he does, he's injured that knee even more. Cactus Jack down again. Like I said, he's fighting for his life. He doesn't want to lose this belt, no matter what he tells you fans, ladies and gentlemen. And Freddie Fargo is on the ringside saying, hey, get up, get up. There's Colorado Kid going. Believe me. Oh, and he lands a square in there. Cactus Jack down. 3 drop kicks in a row. Oh, just an eyelash. Look at the fans. Ladies and gentlemen, they're sitting on pins and needles. At this point, I'm sitting in the crowd. I'm going bananas, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something. This match was phenomenal. If you missed it, you missed a great one. And anybody that was in that audience will tell you, it was a Mac classic for sure. Colorado Kid going up for the 4th drop kick. Cactus Jack up. And he misses on the 4th try. Colorado Kid went to the well one time too many. And Cactus Jack, being the wily veteran that he is going to right now try to get the pin. Climbing over there, ladies and gentlemen. What a tense moment this was. And Colorado Kid kicks out of 2. Where this kid gets his reserve, I'll never know. But ladies and gentlemen, he is a classic wrestler. For just coming out of his rookie year, this kid's going to be phenomenal. He's going to be big time. And you fans can see him now all over the Ozark area. Boy, Cactus Jack taking it to the Colorado Kid there. Colorado Kid, he rolls him over. There again. Count of 2. Colorado Kid just barely jumps out. And I mean jumps out. Cactus Jack saying, okay, I'm going to finish him off. And he's hurt. He's got 20-some stitches in his arm. Colorado Kid earlier ripped off the bandages, put the claw right on the open wound. Ladies and gentlemen, it was just crazy. Cactus Jack there signaling the end. Signaling the end for the Colorado Kid. Picks him up. Colorado Kid fighting him. Down hard with the DDT. Goes for the cover. And he's got him. The Colorado Kid's got him. The Colorado Kid has just regained the North American heavyweight title. Freddie Fargo saying, what happened? What's going on here? There's the belt. Colorado Kid is once again the North American champion. The fans are standing. Look at there's Nature Boy Buddy Landell. Kicks him in the gut and DDT's the Colorado Kid. Now the Colorado Kid's just had a 45-minute match. Throws Colorado Kid out of the ring. Yeah, Buddy Landell going over to check on his friend, Cactus Jack. Yep. Oh, I thought he was his friend. Down. So he attacks Cactus Jack. What's Freddie Fargo doing? Now Landell calls in the Spiders. 3-on-1. Oh, yeah, that's the only way we can do it, you know. 3-on-1 on Cactus Jack. Fargo's mad that Jack's lost the belt. So now the Spiders and Landell are going to Shanghai him right there in the ring. Well, there's Slick Rick Burton. He's going to take his shot. That's great from behind, you old coward. Colorado Kid rolls in with the belt, swinging wildly. Connects on Rick Burton. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, Colorado Kid. He needs to check on Cactus Jack. What's going on? What is going on? Okay, let's...
Cactus Jack is about to embark on a 7,000-mile journey to the land of the rising sun, Tokyo, Japan, because that's where I make most of my living. The last time I was there, in front of 60,000 screaming fans, was the first ever thumbtack death match. Resulted in these 21 stitches, but you know what? I didn't care. I slept like a baby because I was proud. The Cactus Jack story has never been about making money. It's been about pride. Pride in what I do. Pride in the way I wrestle in a very sick, very strange way. even a certain amount of pride in the way I look. But I'm not here today to talk about how proud I am, because Cactus Jack has no more pride. I got down on my knees. I looked at the Colorado Kid. I stuck out my hand, and like a dog for a bone, I begged the kid. I said, please, you don't owe me nothing. You can kick me right in my fat face, and I deserve it every bit. But I'm saying, please, you be a bigger man than me, please, Colorado Kid, because Cactus Jack was dealt the dirty hand. Buddy Landell, do you have a clue as to what you've gotten yourself into? No, you don't. You don't have a clue, because you've earned the wrath of Cactus Jack. And when the Colorado Kid said, yes, Jack, I will shake your hand, not out of friendship, but out of a one-night mutual agreement born out of hatred for you, Buddy Landell, and whatever goon you may bring. Because you see, the Colorado Kid said yes when Cactus Jack said he wanted in. And now Buddy Landell and whatever sick human being you might bring, I'm saying yes to taking you out. Sayonara. Bye-bye.
Former professional wrestler Psycho Mike, now the author of 9 books. 2 no-holds-barred books about his wrestling career, 1 cookbook. 2 books of Psycho Mike muses. 2 coloring books. An autobiography. And 1 book about the wrestling he grew up watching as a kid, the NWF. All these titles are available on the website listed or at Amazon.com. The Twisted World of Psycho Mike is now in books. Check it out.
There's no need to fear.
Psycho Mike
is here.
Well, I'll tell you what. They just don't get any more psycho than Psycho Mike. That boy ain't right.
Oh yeah, it's the tattooed madman Psycho Mike. And this has been my twisted world of Masters of Mayhem. Part-time crazy, 100% psycho. Thank you very much for joining me. See you on the next episode of Psycho Mike's Twisted World of Masters of Mayhem. So, stay sick, turn blue, scratch glass, climb walls, but most importantly, do it while you can. Don't get caught. And stay fucking crazy. Huh? Hey, this is the tattooed madman Psycho Mike. And if you don't want to get locked in a mental ward with me, you'll click like and hit subscribe now.
Oh yeah, I want you to stay sick, turn blue, scratch glass, climb walls, but most importantly, do it while you can. Don't get caught. And stay fucking crazy. No. Son of a bitch.